Hello, my name is Brad Rops, and I'm the operations manager here at the Southeast Research Farm. I'm standing out here in our oat date of planting study. This is the second year we've done this study. Oats is a cool season cereal crop. It likes cool, wet weather. It tolerates frost well, and so a lot of times we get questions, how early is too early to plant oats and how late is too late? Sometimes field conditions push us even into the first week of May, and sometimes things look really good in early March, and folks are anxious to get going, but we know how weather changes in South Dakota. What we've got out here is 5 different planting dates, each spaced about 2 weeks apart. Our earliest date this year was March 9, and our last planting date was in the first week of May. So I'm standing here, here's the first date, March 9th, and to my right here is the last planting date. And you can see we're starting to get some color and some maturity in that first date. And the May planted oats, the heads are still emerging. So we have, this year we had two March dates, 2 April dates, and the first week of May. As I said, oats tolerates cool weather pretty good, but we had some extremes. Pull out my notes here. I know we planted on March 9th. We did get some good rain, over 2 inches in March, and we had a low temp of 12 degrees, which was quite a bit colder than what we would expect on March 31, followed on April 1st by 10 degrees. So this oats got frozen off pretty good, but the growing point was below the ground, and although everything looked dead, the oats grew out of it. Then again, in May, we had 4 days of frost with a coldest temp of 20 degrees on May 6th. So the oats was really challenged, as all of our spring planted and winter annuals were, but it came out. The reason we want to be on the early side with planting is that we want to beat the heat for these oats. As they're maturing and pollinating, if we can achieve that earlier in the growing season when the temps are typically cooler, we usually fare better for yield and for test weight. Last year's results, our early date was March 17, and that was followed up with snow, and these March oats also had snow on them. But as we look on last year's data, we had a kind of a linear reaction. As we delayed planting date, we saw yield and test weight both decrease. So our best oats were those that were planted the earliest. And we will have to see here in a few weeks when these plots ripen up and we harvest them, just what detriment, if any, that those several freezes that we had on the oats. And of course, moisture is going to play quite a role here this year too, as we've had basically no precip here in June, and May was 2 inches below normal for us. So we're thankful for those couple inches we had in March and April, but the oats are kind of working off of that. So we would expect the earlier the oats are in, the better we're going to be as far as test weight and yield. And that was the case last year, and you will be able to find our results published online later this year for this year's crop. Thank you.